Hey, what's up? It's Bentley and welcome back to my channel. So by the time you're watching this video, I will be 11 months on testosterone. So I just wanted to share with you my thoughts on testosterone, what you should know before you start testosterone, different types of testosterone, and just some info I know so I can help you out if you are thinking about starting. Also, I am not telling you to start testosterone. You need to talk to your doctor and possibly a therapist and make sure it is right for you. But if you are already past that and you know it is the right decision for you, this video is to help. So there are tons of ways to take testosterone. I think the most common way still is doing an injection in either your leg muscle or your bum muscle. That's what I do. I do my leg every week. I do 0.35 cc weekly in my leg. I just switch legs every week. I have a video I will link down below on how I do my T-shot as well. I was started off on this pretty big bottle of testosterone. This is my first one. This one is testosterone cypionate and testosterone propionate, which I only had this bottle of. I think it lasted me a month and a half. This one is a lot different than the normal kind from CVS, which is just the testosterone cypionate. This one, I am actually trying to get switched back on it. I like it better. I think it made me feel better as well. It might have given me more headaches than this one, but I think it just overall had more effect for me. The only negative about this one is it smells. I don't really notice a smell with this one, but this one has a weird smell and it kind of like comes out of your mouth after you do your injection, which can be a little weird at first, but it only lasts like 12 hours. And it's not like a bad smell, it just like smells like, I don't know, it's not like a nasty breath, it's like a gasoline type smell, I guess. But yeah, so I this whole time have done injections, but if you don't like injections, there are other ways. You can get pellets implanted. I know a lot of people get them implanted in their butt, and those can last up to like 3 to 6 months, I believe, but I don't have them, so don't quote me. You can also get a lotion that you put on your arms. I don't do that because I don't want other people touching me and spreading it, and I just don't think that's for me. But it is an option if you don't like needles. And another way I've heard is by a patch, but from patches what I've heard is that they can be itchy. You have to do them every day, and I don't know, I just don't want a patch on me, so I feel like this is just an easy way to kind of go week by week and forget about it. But whatever works for you, you got to do that. So things to know before you're starting testosterone and you go with injections is you are going to get syringes from the pharmacy probably. You can also buy them online, but the pharmacy should be giving them to you. Most of them come with a bigger gauge needle. So my pharmacy gives me 25 gauge needle and an 18. I inject with the 18. But before I take the testosterone, I take this 18 off and I put the 25 on to inject with a bigger, like the needle's bigger, so it's easier to get the testosterone in here because it is kind of thick. It's like an oil. And then I switch back to the tiny needle to do the injection because doing it with a big needle would really suck. So just so you know, if you go to the pharmacy for the first time and they don't give you 2 gauge needles, probably ask for it or ask why they didn't do that. Every doctor is a little different, but I really could not see myself injecting with this big needle. It's terrifying. I've seen some people do it, but I personally would not want this giant needle in my body. So a few things when you first start testosterone. In the first couple weeks, you're gonna get bottom growth. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it, but basically your stuff down there grows and it keeps growing. Mine is still growing. So it's a little tiny and then you like grow a peen basically. So just be aware of that. Some people says it hurts. Mine was just really sensitive. It didn't ever like hurt, but you could definitely like feel that something was going on. Another thing, I still, after almost a year, don't have like much facial hair. Yeah, this is nothing. I don't shave or anything. So don't get your hopes up that you're gonna get facial hair right away. You can see a kind of little shadow, but like not everybody gets it right away. Some people never get it. So just don't like compare other people's story to your own, because you shouldn't be disappointed when everyone's on their own journey and everything's gonna happen to you when it's supposed to. Another thing I did not know before starting testosterone is that your hair, you're gonna get a lot more hair in like your butt and your legs and stuff before your face. At least that's what I've heard from most people, but just expect a ton of butt hair way before you see facial hair. It's really uncomfortable and kind of stupid, but that's just how testosterone works. You can't pick where your hair is. I know that doesn't work for everybody. I still don't even have like a happy trail in the sun. You can kind of see it, but like I only got like butt and leg hair, so just expect that as well. My eyebrows got really bushy. Yeah, hair starts growing in all places. Probably not where you want it to first, but it'll eventually get there, I really hope. Another one of the first things that happens in like the first 3 months, usually 3 to 6 months, is your voice will start dropping. And I will also link my video below from my first month on T until my 11th month on T that I'm going to take in a couple days. but your voice will slowly start dropping. Mine actually hurt for 2 weeks. It felt like I had a cold, but my only symptom was like my throat hurting, and it was definitely in a period when my voice was dropping. And then from like month 3 to month 8 is where it really started dropping. I think it's kind of stopped now. It's kind of at the same spot, but you can watch my video and see for yourself. Another thing from starting T almost instantly is your sex drive is gonna go from like here to just over the charts. At least for me it did. I know a lot of people have that same symptom, but just don't be shocked if it does happen to you. It was nuts. It's not as bad now that I've been on it for 11 months, but it's still a lot higher than it was before I started testosterone. I know that's just like normal because I'm in like the normal range, but just so you know, like that is something you should probably expect. I started smelling differently. My armpits smelled like more musty. I have to put on deodorant like 2 or 3 times a day instead of once a day. My bottom area kind of smells more like boy bottom area than girl bottom area now, and I overall sweat so much more. My whole body is just always pouring sweat. I'm a drummer, and I'm just constantly just having to change my shirt after practice. After I go on a walk to the mailbox, I'm sweating, and just stuff like that never really happened before. I'll go to the grocery store and sweat sometimes. It's just like pouring sweat. The first couple months, you'll probably have hot flashes too, because you're kind of going through like a menopause type thing. So on top of just being sweaty and like gross all the time, I would also just have random hot flashes even when I wasn't hot. I grew an Adam's apple, and then like I got this weird like extra chin skin from like the Adam's apple, and this just came out of nowhere. It's not even like fat, I would say, just like extra skin from my Adam's apple being pushed out. So it was pretty flat before. Adam's apple definitely grows in. That was in the first, I want to say 3 months as well. A couple other things I noticed, some of it might just be because I was stoked to be on testosterone, but overall my mental health has just gone up. I have way more anxiety and way more panic attacks now, but that's just a symptom of testosterone, or it can be. But my depression went from like me being just like the saddest piece of shit all the time to now I only have depression every few days a month. So that was really cool for me. It's not gonna fix all of your depression, but I definitely just have a better quality of life knowing I'm on the path that I am now, if that makes sense. And as far as my anxiety, now my anxiety isn't towards gender dysphoria. It's kind of just like random panic attacks for no reason, which is kind of frustrating, but I think it's better than gender dysphoria, like anxiety, in my opinion. I'm not gonna like stop taking testosterone because of some like random panic attacks, you know what I mean? My favorite thing about testosterone is that your monthly cycle goes away for most people. Mine took 4 months, I believe. Probably 4 months, yeah. Mine took 4 months of like gradually less and less of a cycle to none. And then when I had to stop taking testosterone for 3 weeks and have top surgery, I did have a mini cycle show up, but now that I've been on testosterone again since top surgery is gone. It's probably my absolute favorite part. I'm in a band that tours full time, so having a cycle also with gender dysphoria and being in a random town every day and needing to use public restrooms was not fun having to deal with that problem. So I am so thankful for that. I'll put a picture up here. I'm pretty sure that my face has gotten a little wider as well. It changes a lot of stuff. It changes you emotionally, it changes you physically, it changes, at least for me, it changed like how I interact with other people because I have way more confidence now as far as like social dysphoria goes, but it's a never ending thing. I still notice changes here and there. I still smell kinda. I just have to shower like twice a day now and I'm more deodorant, but it's like totally worth it to feel at home in my own body. Yeah, so I think that's all I have for this video right now. If you have any questions, please leave them down below or hit me up on Instagram at @TheBendyBoo. I probably forgot a bunch of things about tea that I wanted to bring up, but I don't like to plan these videos out because I want it to be like an organic chat. So if you have any questions, please hit me up. If I forget a bunch of stuff, I'll probably end up making another video about this later down the road, but I just wanted to share with you because I'm 11 months on tea this week, and I know that, like, at least for me, testosterone was the best choice. I'm not saying it's the best choice for you. Please talk to your doctor before you decide to do something like this, because there are a lot of things that are irreversible and you cannot get back once you start. So just make sure that you're making an educated choice and it's right for you, and rock the fuck on. I think one last thing I want to mention is that don't be discouraged if you're doing shots and you can't figure it out, or you have anxiety. If you need to take a break from doing your shot and do it the next day or later in the day because you're stressed out about it. There's no shame in that. I still have anxiety about my shot. I just accidentally hit a blood vessel the other day and I pulled out my needle and blood was like coming out of my leg. I don't even know if my dose got in there, but obviously I can't do it again until next week. So just don't get down on yourself if it's a little harder or scary than you thought it would be, because it is stressful. You're putting this giant needle in your leg and you like aren't a doctor, probably. I mean, you might be a doctor, but like most of us are just trying to figure this out on our own. So yeah, just don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged if you're not seeing the results you want to right away. I get kind of bummy on myself that I don't have any facial hair and I'm 11 months on testosterone, but you know, that's my genetics and it will come when it comes. Some of it's here, it's blonde, so you can't really see it. I wish it was brown, but it's not. And I just really try to remember that I'm on my own journey and I support everybody on theirs, and we're all gonna be at a different place, even if we're the same amount of months or years on testosterone. We all have different genes and that's just how it works. If you like this video, please subscribe. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at @TheBendyBoo. You can check out my merchandise fashion line at Bent FT Merch. Here's one of the beanies, little scar buddy. Here's one of the hoodies. And yeah, there's a bunch of stuff on there. I will link that down below. It's on my Etsy page. I make a lot of the stuff myself in my garage. I outsource for the embroidery because I'm not that cool, but I do most of the screen printing and it's all DIY by me. And I have a couple friends help me with the art. But yeah, if you want to support a tiny ass business, Bent FT Merch. Sweet. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope we all have a great rest of your day. Peace.